Ora viva, estamos em mais um episódio do Final Cut, podcast da Sports Tailors. Hoje temos alguém que ainda mostra as suas qualidades e os seus dotes no relevado. Falamos de alguém que passou pelo Benfica, mas tem uma carreira vasta também fora de Portugal, até porque é um jogador que é oriundo da Bélgica. Jogou no Tottenham, jogou no Ajax e neste momento, na atualidade, joga no Anderlecht. É um dos grandes jogadores da história do futebol belga, inclusive da seleção belga. Falamos de Jan Vertonghen, com quem vamos falar nos próximos minutos.
Jan,
Hola.
how things are doing?
I'm all good, man. You?
I'm good. Just
Okay,
happy
good
to hear your voice, man.
yeah, good to see you again. It's been a while, but happy to hear you. Happy to hear some Portuguese in the background. That's I don't hear that too often anymore, so it makes me happy. Makes me happy.
Mas tu falas português.
Bocadinho, sim.
Enough to try about 1 or 2 minutes.
No, for sure I can. If I want to say something with let's say Brazilian people or people who don't speak English, I think I can say whatever I want to make myself clear, you know. But then your English is a lot better than my Portuguese, so it makes sense that we do it in English. And
I will do it
yeah,
in English.
my kids speak better Portuguese than I do. So
Yeah, our family is good.
family is good. Kids are they struggled a bit in the beginning after leaving Portugal. They really did not want to leave, and they told me that a lot. And my wife as well, she still does. But now they settled very well in Belgium now. Happy at school, at work. I'm happy at Anderlecht as well. So we settled in very well. It was not easy at the beginning, but since a couple of months it's been good.
So how things are doing there, back there in Anderlecht?
Yeah, good. Last year was a very difficult year, year of transition, as I can say it. But we had a very good transfer window in the summer. Some guys obviously went out, and we had some very good guys with experience, young guys who came in, and we have a lot of points. We don't always play our best football, but we have good amount of points. We're second or third in the league at the moment. It's all very close. There's not one team who's above the other ones. They're like 6-7 teams are very close to each other, different than in Portugal. So that makes the league very exciting, and it's been good until now for sure.
Yeah, I was the whole experience of playing in your country.
Yeah, obviously playing at Tottenham and Benfica, I never thought I would play in Belgium. I never played in Belgium before. I left when I was 16 to play for Ajax before making my professional debut. And it was never in my plan to go. My plan was always to retire in Benfica. The day I signed there, I wanted to retire. I wanted to play there for 3-4 more years. Obviously, things happen in football, you know, as you know, as people know. People come, people go, talents come up, new coaches, whatever. And that made that I had to make a choice for my career, which was at the end to go to Belgium to play again, to prepare for the World Cup last year. And I signed a contract for 2 years. And I must say, as I said before, the beginning was tough because the team was not winning. I was not feeling myself. I wasn't playing my best football, but since November, since the World Cup, I'm back to my best level.
The fact that you had the World Cup in the end of the year made you make that choice, or if there was no World Cup, you would stay there and fight for the place.
I think if I would have stayed in Benfica, obviously I wouldn't have played a lot. I could already see that. At the beginning he chose for Otamendi and Morato. Then later Morato got injured with his ankle, and he chose to play Antonio Silva, which was a very good choice. I don't. There are 3 top central backs. Lucas Verissimo was at the time still injured. João Vitor as well, but they signed him in the summer. So I had to think, and I'm a guy who loves playing football. I play good games, I play bad games for Benfica, but I just like football, you know, and I had to make a choice for my career. I think I would have, as I said, I would have gone to the World Cup anyway, and probably would have played even if I stayed in Benfica. But I just like to play football too much to sit on the bench and enjoy the great weather in Portugal. So there's enough time after my career to enjoy the good weather. And I wanted to play football, and I have to say I don't regret the choice. It was very tough, and I regretted it at the start, but now for sure it was the best choice for me.
I'm going to poke you a little bit because you Antwerp won the championship last season of your good friend, your partner, Toby, Alderweireld. Was it hard to lose the championship to Toby? Well deserved, of course, but
hard. I would have preferred to win it. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. When in Belgium it works with a playoff system, and we missed the playoff system, the top four, the champions playoffs as they call it. And since then I didn't turn on my TV. You know, I didn't watch football. I didn't want to do anything to do it. But Antwerp, yeah, they're just a very decent team. Toby has been great for them. He's their captain. He comes from Antwerp. It was always his dream. He never hid it. So, yeah, for him it was a dream come true. And I know a lot of guys in the Antwerp team, a couple of good friends from me as well. And yeah, if then someone needed to win it, then it had to be them, you know, and the way they won.
Decisive goal, huh?
Sorry?
A decisive goal.
Toby made an unbelievable decisive goal. It's like, I don't know, you know, it's like, I'm like if Andre Almeida would make the winning goal in Porto in the 94th minute on the final day of the championship. This is the levels that it was, you know, after 60 years of not winning the league as well. Obviously, that's not going to happen in Benfica, but that's how crazy the story is. And it was it's just like it was destiny, you know, for him. So yeah, good for him.
Okay, so it was the right decision. Now you can see that going to Belgium.
Yeah. As I said, in the first couple of months, my family, my kids, and myself, we struggled a lot settling down. But yeah, my wife found a great job in Belgium. My kids are very happy at school. They're doing very well. I live close to my brothers and my family, close to my friends. So there's so many positive things about it. Obviously, it starts to get colder now, and yeah, these are a couple of things, but you can never have everything, you know. I keep talking with my wife about this. If she says she misses Lisbon, you can never have everything in the same place. You can never have in Belgium. You can never have the sun for 365 days. You can never have the beach for such amount. This is what it is, and as good as it can be in Belgium, that's what we have. And
you want to know what we have now here? 29.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't tell my wife. She wants to go back anyway. And to be fair, we're gonna stay in Belgium for maybe 2-3 years, and then we're gonna see if we maybe might move back to Portugal as well.
So can we speak about Benfica and
For
the
sure.
decision? When do you realize? You talk a little bit already about that. When you realize that okay, it's end of the line for me here?
So I came back from international break, and at that time he already chose to play Nico, Otamendi, and Morata.
Yeah.
I could see that from the start. You know, he made his choice. Starting 11 trained together every training session. They started every game. Then the second team played the second half of the preseason. But to be fair, I don't think I'm a difficult guy, you know. And so I could see Morata is a very talented defender. On the other side, I was training with Antonio, who came from the under-19s. Very talented defender, as I said, Lucas Verissimo and João Vitor. We had 6 centre-backs. They were still injured. Lucas Verissimo, Brazilian international. João Vitor, they signed him for 10, 15 million, I don't know. So, okay, it was never going to be easy, you know, to win the competition. And then I had a couple of conversations with the coach where he said that he counted on me and everything. And I said, okay, we play Champions League. There's the cup, 2 cups. We have the league. You know, I will get my games, and okay, you know. But at one time, yeah, we're just getting more and more games in, and it was late in August, and I couldn't get a minute. You know, I think I played 3 minutes as a left back when Grimaldo came off injured against Casapia in Leiria, I think.
Yeah, it's a game that gives you, I don't know if you see yourself like that, but the champion, you are champion of Portugal.
I never got the medal, so if you take care of that, that's fine, you know. And no, so at one point it was clear, and I just made a decision. Okay, this is not gonna change. Then for sure not. If the other guys are gonna come back, they will get their chances as well. Nico, the captain, very good player for Benfica, the leader. You know, just very good. And Morato, left-footed centre back, young guy. If I was Benfica. If I was Rui Costa, who makes the decisions, I think, or the other people in charge, I would make the same decision. You know, like, okay, I have the young guys, I have the, you know, so it makes sense. Just for me, it was very hard to accept because I wanted it so bad. I wanted to play for Benfica so bad. Yeah. I wanted to stay in Lisbon so bad because my family was so happy. And we made all the plans. Okay, we're gonna stay here for 3-4 more years, and we blah 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 blah. And then it just hit me at one point. No, I have to leave. If I want something in my career, I feel I have 2, 3, 4 good years in me, you know. So I can't stay here, you know. And I thought even of going to. I was thinking, oh, should I go to Estoril, you know, or, you know, because I wanted to. That's true, huh? Obviously I was never in contact with him, but I think, oh, should I do this? And I don't care about one bit about money. If you know me, I don't care 1 second about money. So I thought, no, I've got better years in me than this level, you know. So it was so late in the window, and then Anderlecht just was there at that time. They saw I was not playing a lot. There were a lot of teams interested in me at that time, but I blocked everything. Very nice teams, even in the Premier League, and I blocked everything. And at that time, where I decided I have to go, very, very late in the window, Anderlecht was there, and I just jumped on the train, and that was it.
That was it. So it was, you felt it, that it was time to go. There's no, Benfica didn't push you out.
Yeah, just let's say they never pushed me out, but they made I had a conversation with the coach where it was clear, okay, Jan, no, you know, it's better that you go. And then first thing I called my wife, then I called my agent, and then I think in 24 hours the deal was with Anderlecht was done.
So, what's your opinion about him?
About the coach?
Yes, about Roger Schmidt.
I don't know. It's difficult to say. You know, as a coach, I've worked 2 months with him, or maybe 6 weeks. I think he's done great with Benfica. You know, he has a great team to start with. You have to be honest. The team is the best team, the quality that I've seen in years. A good mix of young Portuguese kids with nice experience and foreigners. So I can't say anything about this, but I just wish that that everything would be a bit more clear for me sooner than the last day of the transfer window, because that was really the situation. It was really, really the last day, and as a person, I would have, as a coach, I would have been more clear. Let's put it that way. I don't want to talk bad about anyone. I'm not like this, you know. I don't want to throw bricks at anyone. But yeah, this is what I felt. Benfica is a great club with great people, but at that time I just wanted a bit more clarity.
So let's talk about the other part of Benfica, the years that you've been there. How would you describe your time at the club? It was a hard time with COVID. A lot of changes.
Hard time. It was a hard time, to be fair. I arrived during COVID. Obviously, I think that transfer window, they make big investments. They signed Darwin, they signed me, they signed Nico, they signed Everton, Luka Waldschmidt. There were loads of guys, you know, they were just lost the league to Porto that year before, so obviously they wanted to make a statement. And it started very, very hard. Maybe the hardest part of my career, to be fair, making the own goal in the Champions League qualifier in PAOK. That really hit me hard, because I felt the responsibility. They signed me for various reasons to lead the team, to have results, and then obviously making the own goal is really hit me hard at the start of my Benfica career. Then I think, I recovered from it. I played some good games, but obviously I never have made the goals that we wanted to achieve, to win trophies with Benfica, first Sporting, then Porto, and I had a great time, but I think I expected more from it when I signed there. Yeah.
We can say that, for example, in the Champions League the year before, on group stage, on a huge group, you only suffered goals against Bayern. Huh? It's the best thing that you bring from Benfica, that Champions League.
Yeah, I think so. For sure. The Champions League run where we qualified in the group with Bayern in Barcelona. Very, very tough group. I think it was Dynamo Kiev as well, I think, if I remember.
Yes.
And then beating Ajax in 2 great games. Getting to the quarterfinals of the Champions League was my best. It was the best thing that happened in Benfica in my years. Yeah.
Was it strange you play against Ajax after you put out Eindhoven now? Because
that was that was to qualify. Yeah? To qualify, we beat PSV. Yeah.
And then after you play against you're also Ajax Amsterdam, because you are referenced from Ajax also.
Yeah, no, it's funny because when I was on loan in the club, I played again from Ajax. I was on loan somewhere. I played against Ajax. Then I went to Tottenham. We played against Ajax in the semi-final of the Champions League. Then went to Benfica. Played against Ajax in the Champions League. And with Anderlecht, I played against Ajax in this preseason, and we beat them. So it was very special. Obviously, as I know so many people there. All my friends have season tickets. Ajax, I always compare Benfica to Ajax. It's the biggest club in Holland, fan base. The expectations are so high. Great academy players. The tradition of bringing the best academy players and playing for the best clubs in Europe. So I always compare the 2 clubs, and I feel very connected to them. So it was very special.
So tell me the whole process of you coming to Benfica, because you are in Tottenham, and suddenly a big name of the Premier League, because you were a big name of the Premier League of Spurs, and then you are signed to Benfica. Nobody was expecting. How it went? It was easy. It was Tiago Pinto.
Yeah. So
the one that convinced you.
Tottenham at the beginning of the season, Tottenham wanted to renew my contract, but I wanted to wait a bit because I knew if I was going to sign for Tottenham, that would be I wanted an adventure at one point. So I said, let's wait. This year, it was the year after the Champions League final, 2019, and then in that year, I struggled a lot with my health, with physical things, and didn't play. Didn't have a good season. I played, we had Mourinho as a coach since November, December. I played with him. At the end, I didn't play anymore, and then me and the club, we just decided, okay, we're gonna end the story here. From both sides, it was cool. I was fine. I wanted something else. Tottenham probably wanted something else at that point. So, but then it was as you said, was COVID. At that time, so it was a very, very weird time. No one knew what was coming. Clubs were scared of signing players. What was gonna happen? So actually, at the end of my contract, I didn't have a contract for maybe a couple of weeks. So a very weird situation. I never had the situation I had no job. I was on holiday, and I was speaking to lots of clubs at that time, but they were all okay. We can give you 1 year, but we don't know what's gonna happen, and with Corona and blah blah blah. And I remember I was on the boat in the canals in Amsterdam, and I get a call from my agent, and they said, Benfica want to speak to you. I said, okay, Benfica. big club, big history. I checked on internet, you know, did it finish last year? Did some background checks. Obviously, I know some of the players there. A good friend of mine is Eric Dyer. He played in Sporting. I called him. Okay, what do you think of the Portuguese league and lifestyle? He was very positive. Obviously, he wanted to see me in Sporting, but I said, no, it's not. That's not going to happen. So then I spoke to my agent, and he said, yeah, they want to speak to you tonight. I said, okay, yeah. It has to be on Zoom or internet, you know. Okay, I said, that's fine. Let's set up a meeting tonight. I stayed with my parents-in-law because they're Dutch. My wife is Dutch. So I remember I sat in a room like this, put my computer on, and there was my agent and Tiago Pinto. And Tiago Pinto gave me the best feeling in the world. I went in the meeting, okay, let's see, you know, I want to hear their story as I did with 4 or 5 other clubs. I just want to hear them, you know, and see. And he said, okay, Jan, this is, we believe in, you know, just like he gave me a great feeling. And I was talking to him, I thought, wow, you know, I don't know, in 5 minutes, I was totally convinced. And then, okay, we had a very nice conversation. Let's say 40 minutes, I don't remember. Then we hang up the phone. 10 minutes later, my agent sent me pictures, and I don't know if it was him, but he photoshopped a shirt of me from Benfica, you know, already. And then I was like, nah, this guy is unbelievable. And I said, okay, told my agent, okay, you know, go and speak to them and see what's possible. Then I still had to book my holiday with my wife, and I said, you know what, we go to the Algarve, to Portugal, because I want to be close with the traveling. Again, COVID, I don't want any if I go to Benfica, which I hope is going to happen now, I don't want to go into a quarantine for 2 weeks. So at least I'm already in Portugal. So we went to the Algarve on holiday. And then, my agent spoke to Rui Costa, Tiago Pinto. They made a deal. They said, okay, yeah, it's done. Come to training. I planned 2 weeks holiday. I went there for 6 days. My wife was angry, but at least, yeah, we took the car. We drove up to Lisbon and did my medical tests and signed for Benfica. That's how it happened.
How it was working with Jorge Jesus?
Yeah, I never had a coach like him in my life. Wow, you know, I'm used to Dutch school, which is discipline. Pochettino was discipline, but he was something else. And they tried to explain me before I arrived. The guys tried to explain me in the dressing room, but he was just different than any other coach I ever had. And I struggled with it as well because he only spoke Portuguese. I didn't speak Portuguese, and you can have a translator or an assistant coach, but you know, I'd like to speak face to face in a personal level, and I couldn't with him to express my ideas or my feelings. And that was weird because he was very hard and very direct, which I like. But sometimes I found that difficult, especially because I didn't know him, how he is. You know, other guys say, come on, you know, leave him and it's fine. You know, that's how he is. And, you know, he's a great coach. And yeah, but I had so many questions which I couldn't ask. And then obviously he left in November or December. Yeah, December, I think, and the year after. Yeah. And my Portuguese was already okay, you know, at that time.
Yeah.
And I walked into the building and I bumped into him. And then I spoke for the first time with him for a couple of minutes, you know, and it was such a warm conversation, even though it didn't go in real depth, but we had he said a couple of very nice things, and I thought, man, we should have had this conversation before, you know, because that really gave me a different kind of feeling about him. But I respect him a lot. To be fair, he's a very good coach on the pitch. But just the language barrier made it a bit difficult.
You had that I don't say clash because it wasn't clash, but you remember the celebration when he scored the goal when he did like this, when he scores a goal, he's like, shh. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was for you. It was a response to what he said, or you don't recall at all what happened?
To what he said about what? What did he say then?
I guess it was because you scored a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
What was
scored a
it?
goal.
Foguetão, or what do they call it?
Yeah. Forget.
No,
Yeah.
the thing was, yeah, I
Rocket.
found that I didn't like it, because we train a lot in set pieces, a lot, but we didn't score, never,
Yeah.
I didn't score. I had some opportunities, obviously, and he was very frustrated. And then I think it was against Lech Poznan in the Europa League. I scored. I needed something like, finally they can score, At that time, I didn't like it, but that's how he is, It's fine, and that's what I mean. I didn't know how he was, but now I can appreciate it,
Which one was the best player that you played? Which was the best player that you played at Benfica?
In my opinion, it's Rafa.
Yeah.
He's special. Yeah, you have obviously Grimaldo, who's a brilliant player. Darwin, who went to Liverpool. You have different all guys. There's so many good players in Benfica, but Rafa is just everyone loves him. How he is. He's just a very relaxed, normal guy. But on the pitch, he's a difference maker. Every time we played against teams and I knew someone on the opposite side, like Ajax, I thought, who's this guy? Why doesn't he play Premier League? Why doesn't? But that's how Rafa is. He's happy where he is. He loves Benfica, and he's a difference maker, in my opinion. Yeah.
And what's the best game that you did on Benfica? What the best memory?
The best memory for me was if I have to speak quick now, I think Ajax away, which was very special. Barca at home when we beat them 3-0, I think.
Yeah.
Was special as well because obviously it was Barcelona, but the Ajax away game, we were not great, but we were a real team at that time. Yeah, we struggled making even Gonçalo Ramos. He played as a number 8. It was like we were just like looking for a real for a right formation, and we were a real team. We showed up and we gave everything for each other, and we went through in the Champions League. So that was a big success for us at that time.
Do you think about returning to Portugal?
Yeah, I do. But I've moved countries and houses too many times in the last couple of years. So for me, I want to stay now where I am for a couple of years.
Yeah.
See what life after football brings me, and see how my family is, how my wife is. Obviously now it's easier if you retire in Benfica to stay there for 3-4 years than now going back there, because if you go back there now, it's to really settle. Then you leave your family behind, my brothers, my friends behind. It's a different mindset. Football, that's why I wanted the adventure. During my career, it's temporary, I would, during my career, I would have loved maybe to play in Brazil or to in Bali, or in other, now in Portugal. But it's an adventure. It's temporary, or Mexico. But to move back there now, it's a big decision, which we need to discuss with the family, obviously.
So let's talk a little bit about Spurs. Are you surprised by the first?
I am.
First place.
I am.
Premier League.
Because first of all, I think they made great signings, exactly what they need, especially someone like Madison. They really missed someone who could link up midfield to the attack, and I think they're back to their identity. They're an attacking team going forward. That's how we were at the time, and then the president made some choices because obviously they were lacking trophies. They wanted to win a trophy. They tried with Mourinho and Conte, which was a bit different style, and I think this style suits the club better. Just go for it, pace in the attack, 1v1 all over the pitch, get the crowd behind you, and I think it surprised me because I didn't expect them to do this well in a very, very strong Premier League era. So very surprised and very happy for them.
I think it's always a guess, but do you think they'll be able to keep the momentum?
I think they do because they have one game a week, which is nice. They have good squads. They have everything. They have people coming back from injuries, like with Betancourt now. I think they do. I don't know if it's enough to win the league, but yeah, they should definitely go for top 3 and then and see where it's where they can end. Obviously Chelsea, United not doing well, but then you've got Brighton, Newcastle, Aston Villa pushing as well next to Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. So as I said, the league is so incredibly strong that you can lose the momentum very easily.
It's hard to keep the momentum, but they are not the favorites, right?
No, they're not the favorites. That will always be City as long as they're up there. Obviously, Arsenal and Liverpool, because they've done so well over the years. But yeah, people are aware. Tottenham already played against Liverpool. They already played Arsenal. They already played some very big teams. So I think now they got some, let's say, easier fixtures ahead. So yeah, as long as they're up there, you have to. It's not a small club, huh? It's not so. I think if they're up there around Christmas, you have to start counting them in, for sure.
I think they have Fulham, Crystal Palace,
Luton. Oh, no, Luton they already had.
I think it's all London, so not many travel, so they.
Yeah, no, they for sure have an opportunity to do something.
Yeah. So, have you managed to put that Champions League final back on your back? It's forgotten.
Yeah, the way we lost it made it a bit easier. Let's say I think it was very tough for me. It was an incredible disappointment. We prepared for 3 weeks, and after 1 minute, you're 1-0 down.
Yeah.
That was very, very, very tough. But that Liverpool team was so strong. Defensively, we didn't create a lot of chances. So I understand for people. Obviously, I'm not thinking about this during a game. Is it a good final or a bad final? You're just trying to win the game. Liverpool was very strong, and it was a very frustrating game for us. And obviously, I want to replay it 20 more times, but it is what it is. And in football, you have these games, So yeah, it's a big disappointment, but it's I left it behind me.
Was that the main reason why in the next season you fall a little bit?
With the team, maybe that's difficult to say. I think at that time, lots of things were not right in the club, and I think it showed in the results. I think it sounds weird to say, but even the year from January until the Champions League final, we didn't have a good season. We didn't play well. The way we fought ourselves to the final, wasn't with great football. It was just with team spirit, and if you see how we passed those stages. So it was. I think at that time it's just things that were always going to happen in football. It's weird, but it is what it is.
I was working with Pochettino, Mourinho. You spoke about Jorge Jesus, but I guess they are different, but
they're all very different, all big characters. I think they all have their good sides and less good sides. So I try to, as a person, as a football player, I try to learn from the good things and as well from the sides that I really didn't like. And it's I think everyone has as I said, moments that are not very pleasant. But I work with some great coaches, and I'm very grateful for it. And now I can see the bigger picture. At the moment when you're in the club, or it's sometimes it's difficult to see. But I appreciate it working with them all. Yeah.
So let's talk about Belgium, no? one of the most amazing national teams that we had in the last years. I can say last decade. First question: you will be on the next Euro?
I'm still playing and I'm still starting for Belgium, and I don't think you start a qualification campaign if you don't have the ambition to go to the tournament, you know. So I started it. I played every minute until now. Hopefully I will play in the next couple of games as well. For Belgium, I feel good. Physically, I feel very good, and I'll definitely hope I'll go to the Euros even as a starting player. First, we need to qualify, of course, but I have the ambition to for sure to play at the Euros. Yeah.
Asking this also on the day that Eden Hazard announced his retirement.
Yeah.
How do you see that?
I know Aiden for 15 years as a great person, as a great player, but he struggled with his fitness over the last years, and I've been struggling with fitness for months, with my ankle especially, and I've been at times that I was very frustrated and very close to say, okay, this is not going to work anymore. And then for different reasons, things turned out well for me. For him, not. If you feel that pain constantly, you know, it's as people outside of his environment, you can't judge it. You can't judge the pain he has, the pain he feels every day, how it is for him to start a preseason or to kick a ball. So everyone will say, you're so young, you're too young to stop and play football. But if your body tells you it's time, then it's time, you know. And he's one of the best players of his generation, and he was very special. I think he was loved by everyone on and off the pitch for the way he is, the way he played. So it's a shame, but I think he still had a great career.
You still believe that your national team, your country, will get that achievement, winning a?
We were very close in those. We had 2-3 years where we're with the best 2-3 countries in the world, in my opinion. We didn't grab the moment. And there are not a lot of tournaments. Obviously, they added the Nations League. So you have 3 tournaments now, the World Cup, Euros, and the Nations League. And there are, let's say, 10 to 15 countries, you know, who can win this trophy. So it's not that you have, like, in your country, you have 2 cups. You have the Super Cup, you have this, to win a trophy. You don't have too many chances. And then with countries like Brazil, Argentina, Spain, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, I forget Portugal, you know, I forget so many good countries. You have to be good on that day. Croatia, unbelievable country, so it's difficult, and we didn't grab the moment.
You are in like Portugal, you are in transition, already made the transition of coach. Are there many differences between Tedesco and Martinez?
There's definitely a difference, for sure. To start with the system, but Martinez, we always played 3-4-3. I saw with Portugal that he's stopped playing with 4 at the back now as well sometimes. No, we play 4-3-3, 4-4-2 with Tedesco, and it's different. It's a different way of working. But they were both very good in what they did, and it's different philosophy. But I like working with Tedesco as well. He's very, very direct, very clear, and I like that.
Is Portugal well-handed with Roberto Martinez?
Yeah, I think they are. I think with a former coach, they were a bit more dropping, sitting low. We played them in the Euros in where was it? In Spain, I think we played. But never really understood why with such a generation of players, like an unreal generation, you wouldn't attack, and Martinez is an attacking coach. And I can see now how many goals you guys are scoring. It's been great until now. Obviously, the big games still need to come. You know, your group is not the toughest one, but
if they win next game, they qualify already.
Yeah. I believe so. So let's see at the Euros. Huh?
Mas assim, Jan, too much appreciated. Thank you. It was very nice to see you.
De nada,
again.
mano.
Nada.
Ok, até breve.
Thank you. Até breve.
É.
Jan Vertonghen, dos grandes
do
nomes
futebol,
do futebol
contemporâneo, do futebol europeu e mundial. Há a conversa aqui no Final Cut, no podcast da Sports Tailors. Espero que tenha gostado. Já se sabe, voltamos noutra oportunidade.